Hello, beautiful. How's it going? I suppose it's not going so well. I heard from your primary care physician that you have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and I thought maybe I could take care of that for you today. If you'd like, I figured since I'm so close with you and you've done so much for me, it's really the least that I could do for you. So today, I will be performing septal myosectomy on you in order to thin out the walls between the two sides of your heart and hopefully restore blood flow just for you. So, I'm just going to start by putting a probe down your throat into your esophagus. Is that okay? I need it in order to properly image your heart so that I can see it and I know what I'm going to be working with. Okay, it's very important that you have this surgery done because with the way that your heart is currently, the blood flow is improper, and instead of flowing out through your body, through your aorta, it's flowing backwards into the atrium. And that's just not good, so I'll fix it for you, don't worry. All that I need to do is remove part of the muscle in your septum in order to widen the space in your heart and reduce force on the mitral valve that's supposed to be opening and closing for your blood to flow properly. Is that gonna be okay with you? Once your mitral valve is partially taken out, I'm gonna replace it with an artificial valve in order to properly ensure that your blood will be pumping through your body, keeping you alive and healthy. I hope you're ready. The recovery should not be too bad. It won't take that long for you to get better, and I'll watch over you while you're recovering and make sure that everything goes okay. Everything goes as planned. So first, I'm gonna need you to open your mouth really wide for me, okay? Because I'm going to put a little camera down your mouth so that I can see inside of you. Is that okay? Say ah. Yes, that's very good. So now I can image this and look at your heart, your beautiful heart. It's still beautiful even though it's not exactly healthy because it belongs to you and you're beautiful. So, I think it's about time that I get started. I'm going to apply some pain suppressant anesthetic to you, but I'm going to keep you awake for the surgery so that you can hear me and I can talk you through it. I hope that's okay. It might be a little warm feeling at first, but soon it won't feel like anything at all, and we can begin, okay? So just tell me when you're ready, when you can't feel anything anymore. Once once it's set in and you're not feeling anything, I'm going to make an incision and cut you open a little bit, but it's okay because I'll sew you back up when we're done, and I'll make sure that you're treated well and you're taken care of. Okay, are you ready? I have a couple tools with me to help me cut you open. Don't worry, they're very sharp. They're very sharp and it won't hurt at all. You won't even feel a thing. It's gonna be fine. Just close your eyes and listen to me. It'll be okay. I hope you're okay with hearing it. Okay, I'm going to stop your heart now, but it's okay. You won't die. I'll make sure that your body stays alive. I've got a special machine that's gonna keep you healthy without your heart needing to beat. It'll do the work mechanically for you. So, I need you to take this medication that I'm giving to you, okay? It sounds scary, but it's gonna be good for you. I need you to trust me to know what I'm doing. It'll be perfectly okay. Okay, it seems like the area is about prepared. Now I can see your heart and I can begin the procedure. I'm just going to make a small incision in your aorta, and then I'm going to stick this little metal probe that I have down your heart, down to your septal wall, and then I'll remove the excess tissue. Are you ready? Just a small incision, and it won't hurt at all. You won't feel a thing. You're doing very good, just like that. You're doing so good and staying so still. Don't move at all, this is very delicate. Okay, now I'm going to take this small metal probe and stick it inside and measure the width of your septal walls, okay? Just like that. You're doing great. Just stay still and stay calm. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna start cutting now, okay? I need to remove a decent amount of tissue. Your septal wall is much thicker than it should be, which is clearly what's causing the issue. Okay? So just keep still. You're doing so good. It'll be over soon, okay? Yes, okay. Wonderful. I'm also going to need to thin the muscle in the wall of the left ventricle of your heart. I hope that's okay. the extra tissue there is blocking blood flow as well, but it shouldn't take very long, and it won't hurt at all. It's gonna be okay. You've done so well so far. You're doing so good. Just keep staying still like you are. Let me do my job. And in the end, you'll be so much healthier, so much happier. Wonderful. I'm going to put in the new valve now, okay? This means that part of what's inside of you is not going to be human anymore because you need this mechanical valve. But that's okay, it's gonna be better for you in the long run. Okay. I think you're just about ready for me to sew you back up. You've done such a wonderful job. You've been so good. Thank you for being such a good patient for me. Now let me sew you back up. Yes, wonderful. Truly the perfect patient, the best I could ask for. You've done so well. You've laid so still, so peaceful. I hope that this helped you. And from now on, the blood flow from your heart should function normally. And for the next few days, you'll need to rest, but it's okay because I'll be here with you, taking care of you and making sure that you're healing properly. And at the end of it all, you'll be ready to go back to living life normally. But things should be just a little bit easier for you and last a little bit longer. Thank you for being a wonderful patient.